All right, let's make it happen here. Undefeated Flores against Kielczweski, and here's Sweet Baby Ray with the introductions.
From Turning Stone Resort Casino here in Verona, New York, Premier Boxing Champions now features the main event. 10 rounds in the featherweight division. The three judges ringside are Don Ackerman, Tom Schreck, and Don Trellum. And the referee in charge, when the bell sounds, Benji Esteves. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red with the white trim. His professional record, 25 wins, 7 of those coming by way of knockout against 1 loss. Fighting out of Quincy, Massachusetts. Please welcome Ryan, the Polish Prince, Kielczweski. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the colors of Mexico, the white trunks with the red and green trim. His professional record, a perfect one, 20 bouts, 20 victories, 9 of those coming by way of knockouts. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, Miguel and Michoacano Flores.
Scheduled for 10, undefeated Flores against Kielczweski.
Again, look for Kielczweski to use his legs, use that ring. It's a big ring, by the way. A lot of room to wander around. Got to favor him a little bit, but for me, Flores won, as I said in the top, opening, Joe, really solid. Solid guy. I haven't seen any weaknesses in him. Good technically. He can go get you. He can box.
He's already had a little success to the body against Kielczweski.
Yeah, boxing or body work in boxing would be thought of as a rudimental thing. Fundamental, good fundamentals. Anything good fundamentally, look for Flores to do it. That's him. I like him.
Getting a right hand to the body in the mix.
I like him a lot. I'm going to find out how much I like him tonight. How he deals with the legs, as I said in the opening of Kielczweski. There's one thing about Flores, it's not a knock on him. There's not one thing he does great, but he does everything really well.
Break, step back, focus.
That I didn't like right there. And again, Teddy, you're being very picky. Yeah, I am. He got inside where he probably wants to be, where he can go to the body, take some of the air out of the tires of Kielczweski, which is important because Kielczweski shows you that he's going to use those wheels. And Flores got inside and he allowed himself to be tied up. He cooperated. That time he didn't cooperate. He's working.
And there's Kielczweski with his first return fire of significance.
Yeah, talking about fundamentals, good basics. The reason he landed that good basics, short left hook, and he timed it at the right time. He just waited, he caught a little bit, and then he pitched. He caught a few shots on the arms from Flores, and then he pitched right back at the right time, caught Flores taking a picture. Or as the old-timers would also say, waiting for his receipt.
I like how Flores puts his punches together, Teddy. And there's Kielczweski just stepping forward. He fallen straight back, landed a right hand.
Yeah, exactly, Joe. You don't go straight back. I'm going to eat my words a little bit here. Flores does everything right. He didn't do that right. Went straight back on a straight line, 2, 3 steps in a row. You're supposed to go 1 step back. That's it. He went 2 or 3. He allowed Kielczweski to follow him, as you said, and finish with that right hand.
Very good awareness from Ryan Kielczweski there. And a very intriguing first round, as once again a combination from Flores. Well, we got a good sense of in that first round. His ability to put punches together, combination punches that often include good work to the body, but a few moments of defensive flaws. As Kielczweski finished up strong in that final moment, but overall the body of work from Flores in that first round, Teddy, enough to favor him in round number 1, I would assume.
Yeah, definitely in my scorecards, Joe. You know, I talked about Floyd does a lot of things well. He did one thing wrong. We said it in the last round, went straight back. But the one thing that he doesn't do, he doesn't bang. You know, doesn't
9 knockouts in his 20 wins. Just missed with a full counter right. Comes forward and able to back up Kielczweski with a left hand.
Flores has been cut from headbutts, cut his last fight from heads, over the right eye, cut over both eyes in the last 2 fights. So you can see he comes in there a little with his head.
Nice left hand to the body by Kielczweski.
Yeah, it was. Giving a little taste of his medicine there, Kielczweski back to Flores. Kielczweski also, Joe, cut over his left eye 2 fights ago. He's been involved in head clashes.
That was against Rafael Vasquez, cutting 2 places over that left eye in that fight.
Both these fighters have, well, they've shown that old-fashioned word, heart. They've come off the floor to win. Flores once, Kielczweski's had to do it twice. Little change of plans here, but that's one of the things I like about Flores. He's dimensional. You know, he started walking down Kielczweski early. Now he's boxing a little bit. Kielczweski looks bigger, don't he, Joe? Just thicker.
He does. He does. And there's that right uppercut that you said to look for.
Yeah, if I'm Kielczweski, I might start in the corner. I might tell him, you know what? You're bigger, you're thicker. This guy doesn't really have that howitzer gun to keep you off. Walk him down. Come on, let's see. Let's walk him down a little bit here, son. I mean, it's only the 2nd round, but that's the way I'd be moving right now, from what I've seen.
Boy, he is sharp to that body, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Gets the hands off, fast hands, quick, accurate, targets it well.
Well, part of the reason is Kielczweski's standing in front a little too long, giving him that target. Kielczweski needs to do something when he's in front. Instead of waiting.
Headhunting there. End of round 2. Stay with us. More to come. PBC on ESPN. Tonight's Extra Look brought to you by Corona Extra.
Yeah, don't break the rules. Here, Flores broke the rules. 1, 2, 3 steps back in a row. No, too many. And there's the right hand, cashes in. Again, stayed straight on that line. You know, if a train's coming at you on a railroad track, Joe, you don't go straight back on the track. Get off that track.
Step back, both of
I can only imagine how many young amateur fighters heard that as a teaching tool through the years.
They were in my gym, they heard it. And that's something that, win or lose, Flores, his people would be well served to take this tape, go in the gym, and correct that.
Good work on the inside from both guys as Kielczweski lands a left hand to the body. And Flores says, come on, let's dance that dance a little bit.
I got a funny feeling that Kielczweski this round got the news memo. You are thicker, you are bigger, walk him down a little bit.
Marisol is listening into the corner of Ryan Kielczweski.
Yeah, that's right, Teddy. To your point, Ryan's corner is telling him, walk him down, be relaxed. You need a little bit more relaxed pressure and rhythm. His corner really wants Ryan to let his hands go a little bit more. And you saw him at the end of that last round, those final 10 seconds, Ryan went back to his corner. He was upset. So we're seeing the result of that now.
Just landed a short right hand, letting his hands go on the inside moments ago.
Break, no punching.
Both these men have top managers to move them up that boxing ladder. Flores, Luis de Cubas Jr., lifetime boxing, young man, but learned from somebody really top in his business, learned from his father, Luis de Cubas Sr. You can't get a better teacher than that. And there's some good work right there. manager Kielczweski, none other than Al Heyman.
This has turned into a fun fight right here as they stood in the middle. Both men landing body shots. Look at the work rate from Flores here.
There's one thing I don't like about Flores. I wonder if Kielczweski's going to pick up on it on his corner. Little wide sometimes with those shots. You saw that right hand.
You can see that right hand right there. It was a little
wide.
fat.
Now what you can do if you're Kielczweski, you can sit in the pocket and you could look to throw inside one of those shots. Like he's trying right now.
Both the right and the left that finished up the back end of that combination were wide enough to do so.
Yeah, again, that's a little something I'm going to whisper in the ear. I think if I'm in the corner of Kielczweski, you want to sit in that pocket, do that. Shoot something right in between the shots of Flores because there's a little fat on his punches.
We invite you to go to the ESPN Boxing Facebook page and score along with Teddy Atlas. Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas with you here, the PBC on ESPN. It's interesting to listen into both corners. Before this fourth round, Ryan Kielczweski's corner is talking about his patience, disposition. Meanwhile, Flores, a strategic message put forth from Aaron Navarro, telling him keep going to the body, and when you do touch him, go out to the right.
Nice right hand to the body there, sharp.
First three rounds to Flores on Teddy's scorecard. Facebook scorecard also favors the unbeaten 24-year-old from Houston.
Let him go, let him go, let him go.
You know, Joe, I talked about
Stop.
the sad passing, and we talked about the sad passing of
Just keep it clean, come on.
course, Lee Samuel's son and John Saunders. There was also a passing this week of a friend of all of us, a friend of mine, but he's become a friend of our ESPN family. Sits ringside with us quite a bit. Bill Krakenberger, his father William, passed away this week, so we'd like to send our condolences out to Bill and his family. Our prayers, our thoughts are with you.
I echo that. One of the real good guys on our crew. And we're thinking of Bill and his family tonight. That was a fitting tribute you gave to Lee Samuels with the grief that his family is enduring this week. Lee is one of those people that for years and years, you know, the stars of boxing, some of the biggest fights generationally, and he is a big reason why many of those fighters became stars.
So true. You know, and just like John Saunders, just a man of integrity, a true gentleman.
Left hook from Kielczweski.
Yeah, Kielczweski, for me, again, easy for me to say, I'm sitting at ringside, but I think he should be walking forward. You know, taking it to the smaller looking Flores a little bit more. He looked for that right uppercut a moment ago. The one we talked about in the fight plan, Joe. He likes to do that, Kielczweski, when you come in. He loads up with it. And again, if you're prepared for it, if you did your film work, when he loads up with that right uppercut, Kielczweski that is, you can beat him to it with a straight right hand or even a left hook. In other words, fill that hole. Just not doing enough, at least for me, Kielczweski, allowing the pace of the fight to be controlled by Flores.
End of four here. PBC on ESPN. It is presented by Corona Extra. We're glad you're with us tonight from here at Turning Stone and hope that you tune into other PBC events coming up, including another chance to see the undefeated Errol Spence. 20-0 with 17 knockouts.
Step back.
He'll be fighting on August 21st on NBC. Had a nice visit with Errol earlier tonight. Miguel Flores in control so far in our scheduled 10-round main event.
Come on, keep him up now.
Let's check in with Todd Grisham, who has been in the corner of Miguel.
Hey, Joe, a pretty entertaining corner visit there.
Aaron Navarro telling Miguel, listen, keep going to the body, at least for the next couple rounds. Then you can start to have some fun. Break down the body, then we can go upstairs a little bit.
Boy, it looks like he's having some fun just letting the hands go right there in the pocket, Todd. Another three-punch combination. Meanwhile, in the corner of Kielczweski, we were listening to him with frustration as they were telling their charge, punch back, come right down the middle. You can't give rounds away like this. A little more spirited effort as he comes forward with a right hand that splits the guard. They said come right down the middle, and he does that time.
Now let's see if he keeps it up. Because as a late great boxing man once told me, Teddy, there's no one-round championships. You got to do it for round after round. But you can see the effect of it, the effectiveness of it when he does do it. When the bigger man, Kielczweski, who looks like the bigger man, seems to be the bigger man, when he acts like the bigger man and brings it forward, he has some effect, some success, and he's having some now.
Best work we've seen out of Ryan Kielczweski.
Let him out, let him out, let him out.
I hate when the referees break too soon. I mean, Benji Esteves, one of the better referees, but let them work their way out. Give them a chance to, that's part of boxing. Give them a chance inside. Work their way out. As he's letting them do now, when there's no reason not to. This is what people like to see. His inside work here. For me, it's very interesting. Look at both guys on the inside. Oh, okay, that's a little bit of a headlock there. See, I'm watching on the inside. Who's a little fatter? Who's a little shorter with the punches? One of the rules we always teach in the gym that I always say is when you're short or when you're close, shorten everything up. The closer you are, the shorter everything has to be. And you step straight back, what happens? You eat a punch. And Kielczweski caught Flores stepping straight back.
He did.
So many things get started from the inside.
You hear the reaction from the crowd this round. Kielczweski has a pretty good group of fans that have made the way in from New England to be here in central New York.
Listen, we can't afford to give them any rounds, right? No more rounds. This is it. Deep breath.
Oh, the win, right?
Yeah, that's the president.
So here was that
That's the
moment
president. That's what you need.
from Kielczweski that you hear his corner saying that's exactly what you need.
Yeah, and that's the same mistake we saw in the earlier round. Going straight back, not one, not two, 3 steps back, still in the line, in the path of the punch, and the right hand crashes home. They must, again, I say it again, Flores, win or lose, got to go to the gym, look at the tape, and correct that mistake. If you don't pay for it tonight, which you have paid for twice, you're going to pay a heavy price down the road.
CompuBox punches in the last round. Kielczweski a 44-23 connect advantage.
There he goes,
Hector
straight back
Bermudez
again.
as his lead trainer, and then his father and his brother also in the corner.
This is why the inside's so important, because watch, on the inside, you got chances to beat guys in the between shots. You got a chance to catch and pitch. And you also got a chance to push the guy out. Force the guy out, which Kielczweski's doing to Flores, and then catch him on the way out. And again, this round early on, Joe, Kielczweski forced Flores out. He went straight back again, but Kielczweski did not follow with the punches. If Kielczweski loses his fight, he's going to kick himself you know where for not being more active, or simply put, being more of the boss all night.
When he has shown that confidence and that willingness, it has favored him.
And here's, again, one of the dimensions of Flores. Not going forward, boxing, picking spots a little bit, using his legs a little bit. Now again, watch the inside. He gets flushed out. Opportunity for Kielczweski to catch Flores going back straight.
Let him out, let him out, let him out, let him out.
Again, the lack of physicality hurting Flores. He's just not strong enough to really put Kielczweski in his place or to hold Kielczweski truly back. Well, he did a good job of counterpunching there.
I'd say very accurate in scoring there.
Again, right now, Flores, he felt his strength, he felt his size, I believe, of Kielczweski. So he's using that ring a little bit, tying up a little bit on the inside, and just looking for the right spots. Not staying there too long. Just trying to look for spots.
Both men landed body punches in that exchange.
And both men tied up on the inside. And I don't think you want to see that if you're in the corner of Kielczweski. You're the stronger guy. Don't tie up on the inside. Don't tie up.
10 seconds.
Action-packed 6th round. Good stuff here. A step-up fight for the 20-0, 24-year-old Miguel Flores. Take one last deep breath before he heads out to take on Ryan Kielczweski, who has found a little more of a rhythm here in the middle rounds as we start round number 7, scheduled for 10. This is the 3rd scheduled 10-rounder in the career of Miguel Flores, the undefeated featherweight prospect from Houston.
I think it's fair to say both these fighters testing each other in different ways to step up for both.
No doubt.
These young men, Kielczweski 27, Flores a little younger, 24. You know, before this, again, not quite in those deep waters.
Kielczweski has only gone the full 10 rounds once in his career. And for Flores, we've mentioned this is 3rd straight. Last 2 were decision wins back home in Texas. This is his first fight on the East Coast as we are in New York State.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm alluding to is, of course, Kielczweski has been tested. He's got 1 loss, split decision. Without that loss, he could be 26-0, but they've had their soft spots on their records coming up, like most young prospects do. Flores, 3 of his opponents have been between 35 and 37 years old, and also for Kielczweski, he's been in with some guys that are a little bit older.
So well-matched main event. And a purposeful main event, what you're supposed to have to see who goes to the next level, who advances themselves.
Kielczweski's had 2 wins versus a 36 and 37-year-old. So again, both guys have gotten their little softer touches. There was that big right uppercut again by Kielczweski. Flores, again, you wonder how much film these guys look at sometimes.
There was no left hook coming after it.
I mean, it's like he's not aware that that punch is part of Kielczweski's arsenal.
That was a good combination there as he was able to touch him upstairs. But you're right, Teddy, because that was there for the taking if he countered it. Now Kielczweski with an opportunity to let his hands go here. Final 10 seconds, round number 7.
Flores, obviously they didn't do their film, but look at that. Oh, wide open opportunity for the left hook or the right hand if the right hand's thrown not too late, because the left hand was low as Kielczweski was throwing that right uppercut. But drop that right hand, big hole for the left hook, or again the straight right hand as the left-handed Kielczweski not up. Missed opportunity. Again, if we got football coming up. The coaches, they're looking at film, they're looking at tendencies, habits of the other team that you can take advantage of. Same thing has to be done in this sport.
Last 3 rounds here of what has turned into an intriguing main event.
Keep him off, keep him
More
off.
volume work from Flores, and will we see Kielczweski put forth that size, that power? Had success going straight down the middle in round number 5. Pawing with that jab, trying to find a target for that right hand, instead tying up. As Benji Esteves has them punched their way out.
Quick, no punching, no punching.
Give it away, Ryan.
Give him away, Ryan. Easy, guys. Let's keep it clean.
Again, you see the difference when Kielczweski brings his size forward. But has he done it enough, or has there been too many breaks in his game?
Right hand from Kielczweski.
Again, if
Keep him
I'm,
up, Ryan. Keep him up.
there's only one thing that
Let's keep it clean, guys.
I'm putting in the head of Kielczweski. You come forward, son. You come forward. You're bigger, you're stronger. More importantly, it's showing.
Keep him up, keep him up.
For me, Kielczweski should be the one working in here. Look how he is accepting clinches, making that silent agreement. You don't work, I will work. Should be no agreements if you're Kielczweski. You need these rounds. You're behind, I believe. You're the bigger guy. Should not be doing that. Should not be putting your hands behind Flores.
Seen a little more of that here in this 8th round.
Let him out. 10 seconds.
End of 8. Joe and Teddy with you ringside, as we have been for the majority of the past few months with this PBC Summer Series on ESPN. We've got a couple featherweight prospects in the ring. We've seen some good prospects this summer. Who's caught your eye, Teddy?
Deverenchenko was on, what was it, a week or 2 ago? The Russian fighter, Ukrainian fighter to be exact. There he is, 32-1. Solid guy. I mean, you know.
Against Sam Solomon.
Yeah, I mean, look, he got rid of a 42-year-old. I understand it, but again, real solid. I love his positioning. He's always in positioning. He's never, or I should say, he's always in position. Reminds me a little bit of the great Joe Louis. Now, I know he's not a heavyweight and he's not Joe Louis, but one of the strengths of Joe Louis was always his legs were there. Always in position, never out of position, always balanced. Deverenchenko, always balanced, always in position. Should fight for a world title now. He's 30 years old. He's got, what, 33 fights. Needs to fight for a world title. Stay away from Triple G, but I think he can win one of the other titles. And my second guy there would be Denis Shavakov, that I really enjoyed watching this summer, Joe. I mean, 37-2 with 1 draw. He's a Russian fighter. The 2 losses, both for world titles. Very close fight. He's just a pure punching machine. A fun guy to watch. A little Terminator.
A couple fun guys to watch here in terms of the matchup. We're getting round number 9 here as Flores and Kielczweski come down the stretch. It's interesting, you were railing against USA Olympic boxing and the failings of recent years, and then you look through that list and you see the prospects who we were impressed with this summer, the Eastern Europeans. The sport is thriving in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, well, listen, I said it on camera, I'll say it off camera. All people that are in charge of our Olympic programs are not the best people. I mean, you know, we have some people that are in certain positions to make certain decisions, administrative decisions, that are there because of relationships, not because of what they know about the sport or what they care about in the sport.
Halfway through round number 9.
That's why they hate
in a
me.
good pace. That's why you're the watchdog.
No punching.
More work to the body from Flores.
There's that right uppercut. Even on the inside, there's a gap when Kielczweski throws it, he drops it. You can hit him with a left hook. See, again, Kielczweski allows himself to be tied up. I think he still may be behind in this fight. I think he still is behind in this fight. Lost the early rounds. Can't be allowing himself to tie up on the inside.
More 3-punch combinations on the inside from Miguel Flores.
Again, Kielczweski loses this fight. He's going to look at these late rounds. He needed them, and when he needed them, he got inside, and he did that. There it is. Put his hands behind Flores. Flores can do it if he's ahead. Kielczweski cannot afford to do that.
I think he had great hope in the 5th round. And we'll see if he can get back to that pace as they finish up round number 9 in strong fashion. Let's listen in. The final instructions to both men. Final instructions, you see Flores is psyched for this 10th and final round. He's looking to stay unbeaten. Kielczweski's corner telling him no flurries. We need to drop him. They also went with the old number system there, Teddy, something you grew up on with custom model. They said, give me a 4-7 on the inside.
Yeah, 4-7, actually, they're doing it the right way. I don't know if they are. The way that we did the numbers with custom model, 4-7 would be right uppercut, left jab. So that's not a combination that makes sense.
No, it isn't. Their numbers may be a little different than what the old numbers were.
I agree. Flores forgot, you know, he's looking for some support here. He put his arms up saying, come on, crowd, you know, get behind me. But he forgot he's far away from homeland. This is his first fight on the East Coast. Most of the fights for Kielczweski in his home state of Massachusetts.
He's very popular in the Boston area. And a lot of those folks took I-90 West to come here to central New York to see if he can upset Miguel Flores. Going to need something special here in this 10th and final round.
I almost think that it's gotten to the point. Look at again, not working on the inside when he needs to.
No tying up right there. Hands behind him as Flores working. There's a right uppercut on the inside.
I almost think that it has the feel. Both guys obviously have behaved like fighters, but it has the feel for me that Flores wants it more.
I would agree with that. Ken Kielczweski finds something again, leads with that right uppercut, chops with a left hook. More of the same from Flores.
And again, watch for that right uppercut. You know, I have an old saying, we have a saying in boxing, you don't give up defense for offense. Kielczweski gives up defense when he throws that right uppercut.
Yet to pay the price against a left hook or a counter right from Flores, though. Final minute of round 10. Kielczweski corner saying, you need to drop him. No flurries. Get after it. Can he here? A little separation, and he filled that hole for a moment. Now trying to chase him down. Flores on the inside, tying up, and then shoulder to shoulder, pushing him back. Coming up on the final half minute. Kielczweski charging in, now throwing. Desperation time. Flores standing right in the pocket, but not throwing as Kielczweski tries to muscle him. Last 15 seconds, right hand comes in.
See, Kielczweski's trying to set up his shot by fading out a little bit, taking a little step.
Look at them trade to the bell here.
Nice finish.
Good finish here. Kielczweski, he was desperate. He started to bring it, but Flores held on. Oh, they loved it here at Turning Stone. here's Sweet Baby Ray with the official scores.
Having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. Judge at ringside, Tom Schreck has the bout 97-93, and judges Don Trellum and Don Ackerman are in the coordinates 96-94 for your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, Miguel El Michoacano Flores.
In the last 5 rounds, both fighters threw over 70 total punches. So that is the unanimous decision win for Miguel Flores.